Welcome back to Career Connect from careers360.com. We have been doing these kind of videos and sessions with AMA with experts to make sure that you are well aware of the MBA, especially on the online side. Today's episode, I'm going to talk about the MBA specializations and how do you decode them. What are the key factors that are considered before you take up a specialization? Before that, as usual, a very quick introduction about yours truly here. My name is Arks, as you can see, ARK Srinivas. And I'm Calcutta alumnus, but prior to that, I've done my engineering from Osmania. For about 22 years, I've worked in the education industry, various organizations, Time, Career Launcher, and I also started my own business school as well as a test prep company. Well, but more importantly, why you are here for this particular video. We will talk about the factors that one considers before choosing an MBA specialization. We talked about in the previous video, but it's a repetition. One, the most important thing is understanding your own strengths and the areas of interest. How do you understand which strength is used for which specialization? That combination is going to be very critical for your right decision. Then we talk about, of course, your long-term goals. I mean, you need to take a decision based on what your career aspirations are and goals are. Of course, when you're talking about aspirations and goals, nothing will be far away from understanding the money part of it. How much money do you get of whatever specialization and the job that you take up? And the last one is, of course, paisa acha hai, money is there, goal is there. But again, you need to also be enjoying your job, right? What kind of a nature of the job this specific specialization has, what kinds of differences there are there or different options that are there. That is what we will look into in this very nice video. So the first thing that I'm going to talk about is sales and marketing. Without sales and marketing, no organization actually exists. Even if you are an NGO, you need to sell. Even if you're a government organization, in fact, all the politicians sell. HR companies sell. Finance companies sell. IT companies sell. What if they don't sell? What will happen? Nobody will buy. If nobody buys, almost, and where is going to be the money coming from? But that doesn't mean that it's the only thing, but probably the evergreen specialization that one can look at in an MBA. Now, what are the skills required for that? One of the obvious skills that are required, obviously, when you're trying to sell something or market something, is your communication skills. Along with understanding communication, you need to be, analytical skills, persuasive skills. These are obvious skills. Along with it, you need to understand the behavior, psychology. If you are also a psychologist, understanding the consumer, the persons, I think you can be a great salesman, great marketing person. So people management also becomes a part of the skills that are required, along with, of course, decision making. If you want to get into something like brand management, a little more of product management, design management, etc., creativity will not harm you in that sense of the word. It's going to be much better. Then, what are the careers in sales and marketing? Business development, sales management in FMCG products, CDs, consumer durables, B2B marketing. Of course, today we're talking about Amazon, Flipkart, Swiggy, category management, huge number of such kind of management or sales management on that area has come into picture. Then the traditional product management or brand management, digital marketing is the new kid on the block. Social media management is a new kid in the block. Inside sales has been there for some time, especially the insurance companies or the banking companies use it very widely. You can also think of event management, least but not the last but not the least, so to say, as we call it, the content management or writing. Even that is part of marketing. Then we talk about what are the best B schools. Again, we can talk about hundreds of B schools, but in India, if you're talking about the best schools, Ahmedabad, Bangalore, Calcutta, FMS, XLRI, all the Lucknows, Kozhikode, Indores, Shillongs of the world, JBIMS does very well. SP Jain has a very core program itself. And MICA, the Mudra Institute of Communications at Ahmedabad, is very specifically a marketing kind of a course. What are the companies? Hindustan Unilever, Procter and Gamble, Nestle, Samsung, Apple, Bharti Airtel, Reliance, Amazon, Flipkart, Swiggy, Zomato, Uber, you name it, Ola, Oyo, whatever you want to talk about, hundreds and thousands of companies, all and every one of them use sales and marketing as their as their methods to even exist in the business. Then we talk about, again, immediately after marketing management is finance management. Again, finance is again a vast area. It's not just about money management like people think. It is a lot more than that. We will look at what are the skills required. Problem solving skills. Again, at a very different level, you need to look at solving the problems of a business, of a organization, or even if you're investing, different kinds of, for example, portfolio management that you need to pick it up, or investment banking. How do I even value a company? Today we talk about valuation in millions and billions of dollars. So unless you can really do number crunching and problem solving, you will not be able to do good finance management. Therefore, math abilities along with analytical abilities is absolutely essential. Then attention to detail, because it is finance, a lot more, the person has to be very meticulous. The person, if you're not meticulous, meticulousness is required everywhere, probably not as much in sales and marketing as is required in finance, as is required probably in finance, in operations for that matter. You will also need a lot of Excel skills, and whether you like it or not, ability to work long hours. What kinds of careers are there? I think everybody talks about investment banking. Investment banking itself has a lot of areas. Corporate finance, retail banking, portfolio management, risk management, commercial banking. Entire retail banking, commercial banking, slightly different from each other. In fact, quite a lot different from each other. Public accounting, compliance and internal control. Any and every one of these things come under finance. Best B schools, obviously the Blackie and including the Shillong, the ISB, the Indian School of Business, is a 1-year program called the PGP Executive Program. SP Jain, of course, has a very specific finance specialization. FMS, JBIMS in Mumbai has a very good finance background. XLRI, MDI Gurgaon, and of course, a lot others. What are the best companies? Various banks like Citi, HSBC, Standard Chartered, HDFC, ICICI, SBI, Axis. Fintech companies like Paytm, Zerodha, CoinDX, or PhonePe, or whatever else, the latest ones which are coming up. Capital markets you can get into, SBI Caps, Edelweiss, ICICI Securities, Motilal Oswal, Anand Rathi, Futures First. Ratings agencies like CRISIL, ICRA. One of the things which are missed out is investment banks like the Goldman Sachs, Morgan Stanley, JP Morgan, or Merrill Lynch. Any and every one of these things look at finance management. Talk about consulting. Consulting again is a most sought after thing in the top IIMs. If there are 450 students, about 120 of them go into consulting. So a consultant helps the companies solve a problem. The problem could be anything. It could be a strategic problem, it could be a management problem, it could be a marketing problem, it could be an HR problem, operations problem, whatever. Consulting has become the big one. The McKinseys, the BCGs, the Bains are super big in the world, and Deloitte is the biggest and the largest consulting firm in the world. What are the skills required? Excellent communication skills and logical and analytical skills are obvious. But one important thing, as I said, you are solving a problem, is that you need to be structured problem solver. People management, team skills, because you're working with large teams, new teams, not even your team, somebody else's teams you'll be working with. So you need team management skills, critical thinking, so that to understand why is the problem coming in again and again? Why is it appears obvious, but it is not. Excel, PowerPoint, ability to long work hours, and more importantly, travel. If you're a consultant, you will be traveling because you're working on different projects from time to time. Careers in consulting are various, like strategic consulting, management consulting, ops consulting, operations, Financial advisory consulting, of course, HR, marketing, risk management, IT consulting. I mean, there are so many areas you can get into. Tax auditing, tax consulting also is a completely different area. All the best B schools in the country offer ABC, top 3, ISB, LIK, IFT also does, XLRI, NITI, SPJ, and some of them really, really good schools which offer these specialization. Not a specialization, to be honest with you. It's general management or consulting management where you take up certain courses to become a consultant. The best companies, McKinsey, BCG, Bain, E&Y, Booz, then Monitor, Kearney, Arthur D. Little, Diamond, PwC, KPMG. I mean, you can name a lot of them, Accenture Strategy, many companies which are in the consulting domain. Deloitte is missed here. Human resource management. If every organization has to work properly, the human resources, the people who work for that company have to be the right people who deliver growth. So therefore the HR managers who recruit or sustain these people in the organizations are extremely important. Hence, the skills required, the first obvious skill required will be the people management. Attention to detail, to making sure that you know who you are. Excellent communication skills to be able to sell your company. Flexibility of working, patience, because you will be dealing with a wide variety of people. And patience is therefore very, very important. Careers in HRM include HR manager, payroll specialist, leadership coach, talent acquisition coach, training coordinators, HRIS specialists, employee relationship managers, analysts, consultants, quite a lot of them. All the B schools, but number 1 is XLRI, SCMHRD, IIMs, NMIMS, Exam Bhubaneswar, New IIMs, MDI Gurgaon. Almost all of them give you HR specialization. The best companies, which are very specific in HR, apart from all the corporates, are the Korn Ferry, the Hewitt, the Mafoy, HR consulting companies, placement agencies, and every corporate requires HRM specialists. The next comes operations management. There was a time people never used to look at ops management, but today with Swiggy, Uber, Zomato, or Flipkart, any one of these absolutely new age, Oyo for that matter, ops management has become very, very critical. Skills required will be very strong quantitative and analytical abilities, interpersonal skills, because you will be working with other departments almost all the time, negotiation skills if you're on the vendor management side, and this particular area requires multidisciplinary knowledge. I'm not saying the others don't require, but this requires even more because you are managing the operations for the entire company. Supply chain manager, logistics manager, vendor manager, project manager, inventory control manager, quality assurance, ops result analyst, various kinds of jobs are available in this too. B schools, the best ones apart from ABC are NITI, FMS, LIK, SPJ, IMR, SPJ, and again, IIT Bombay has a very strong thing. IIT Kharagpur also has, JBIMS, MDI Gurgaon. Again, the usual suspects come as the top schools under operations management. The top companies, especially consulting again, is Kearney. Then you have A-Paints. A-Paints has a very, very strong operations division, probably the best, I would say, in corporates. Flipkart, Amazon, Swiggy, Uber, Oyo, Bharti Airtel, FedEx, Blue Dart, pharma companies, all automobile companies, all manufacturing companies require operations managers. In addition, let's also look at some of the other MBA specializations and B schools which give that. Agribusiness management, IRMA, IIM, Ahmedabad and Lucknow, manage in Hyderabad, Xavier's University in Bhubaneswar, all of them give you a very specific rural management or a agribusiness management specialization. International business, while it's available in various countries, IFT, MDI Gurgaon, which has an IB area, and SIIB form the top 3. We talk about sustainable management, IIM Lucknow has and NITI has in Mumbai. Liberal studies, IIM Kozhikode has come up with this specialization only very, very recently. Business leadership, again, IIM Kozhikode, a 1-year program it has come up with. Healthcare and pharma, quite a lot of them, but Symbiosis has that. Retail management, NMIMS has it. Infrastructure management, SIBM has it in Pune. Entrepreneurship is there in SPJIMR and NMIMS. Innovation management comes from SCMHRD in Pune. Last, sports management. Again, I am Rohtak, a new age IIM, and Symbiosis also has a sports management specializations. Many more are there. We will look at that when we talk to an expert coming up, AMA with an expert, specializations in various online MBAs. We will talk to them. Tune into the YouTube of Careers 360, or more importantly, also just click on the credits that you have here so that you can register for this AMA session. See you there, as well as in other videos as we go along. Thank you. Have a wonderful time.